My favourite chicken dish is fried chicken. I love a sort of gooey bottomed chocolate pudding, not a fondant, but something that you cook it and it sort of stays wet at the bottom. Rhubarb crumble is my favourite, and it has to be made with stacks and stacks of really good, thick English-style custard. So why do you think spaghetti bolognese is our inheritance dish?
For me personally, it was one of the first dishes that I learnt to cook in the kitchen from scratch.
And it is a comfort thing if you're feeling a bit down or you're feeling a bit unwell. It's the one thing that will sort you out. And even when we went out to restaurants, we'd always order it.
Yeah, I was looking through some pictures and I found some last night of us being on holiday. This is like proper proof, spaghetti bolognese.
Yeah, that's the one.
You've actually got spaghetti bolognese and some chicken on your plate.
It's a double whammy.
Mummy having to chop it all up for us. With Mummy and Daddy, like they broke up when we were quite young. And even when we used to go around to our dad's house, he would give it to us as well. He'd give us spaghetti bolognese, but it would be out of the tin.
It would be plonked on top of some spaghetti, but we loved it nonetheless.
So, I mean, I guess a lot of people have their own way of doing it, and mine is actually the traditional way. A sofrito, which is all those veg. You sort of fry them off until it's really nice and soft. I put loads of garlic in there.
It's got to be garlic.
Loads of garlic? That's an Erskine thing. And a bottle of white wine.
Never think white wine. The go-to would be the traditional red.
Well, it's not traditional.
Well, yeah, traditional in society.
Traditional from the 80s. Whizzed up plum tomatoes. Let that cook down really, really slowly. Without doubt, my mum has been my greatest inspiration. She's a real revolutionary when it comes down to food ideas. She's really well-travelled and she's sort of always encouraged us to eat new things. So from that perspective, straight away, she's really inspiring. But also, she's a phenomenal cook and she loves everything about food. So, you know, and I feel like I've totally inherited that. I love rockabilly, I love 60s garage, I love punk, I love psychobilly, I love all of those types of music. And I don't know, it's funny because people always think my food's gonna be really retro. But not at all, actually. I love traditional food, but I sort of tend to stick with a bit of a twist. Though weirdly, this is very, very classic. That's so great. Right, we're good to go. I'll give this a taste. Hot. It's really delicious. Yeah, when we were kids, we used to put cheddar on it. Do you remember?
Yeah, and at home it was cheddar.
I personally think the cheddar works a lot better for me,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
in terms of it's got that creamy consistency and it works really well with the meat sauce.
Yeah, it's also a bit more acidic as well, so it kind of adds a bit more, it lifts it a bit more as well.
This is the all-important bit.
Yeah.
There you go, Niddy used a full block between us.
Is that how you like it?
It smells amazing.
That is amazing.
So does this remind you of the stuff that we used to get out as kids when we were in restaurants?
Yeah, definitely, but the cheddar really makes it.
I think that the Korean fried chicken has become the dish I want to be remembered for. I mean, firstly, it's probably my signature dish. And I've just found that it's something that I keep doing over and over and over again. I was working as a chef. I ended up going over to New York. I was working for some Korean chefs in sort of Pan-Asian restaurants and was taught about, you know, the whole culture of having chomek, which is having beer and chicken together. I just wanted to bring a bit of that back to London, so I did a big pop-up about 10 years ago called K-Town. And it was the first time we'd really seen that kind of Korean food in London. And trust me, I'd looked, you know, you had your traditional stuff in New Malden, but you never had proper New York-style Korean fried chicken. So I want that to be the dish that I'm remembered for. Thinking about changes, you know, I want to be able to be a good mum and be a good wife and do all of those things that I guess my mum did and taught me. So it's kind of, you know, pushing those sides of things now. I'm kind of at that age where I probably need to grow up a bit.
Bangers and mash. Before an event, I tend to eat eggs and porridge. My favourite meal out is sushi because it's something that I would never even know how to start making at home.